So Sam, why don't you tell me why you're here? Or
Well,
why you think you're here?
my lawyer told me it's a good idea to be here. I had a little incident 2 weeks ago and was arrested for the second time for a DUI. So my lawyer suggested I come and see you so I could look better in court, I guess.
And what do you think about being here?
I mean, I don't want to be here. What? Who wants to be here? No offense, but I don't really want to be here with you.
None taken.
But I guess if it keeps me out of jail, right? Then I should be here.
So what did your lawyer say that he hopes us to accomplish?
You know, everyone is saying you need to stop drinking, and I think that's what he wants is for me to stop drinking and to be able to prove that I'm getting better. But I don't really feel that I have a problem. But he thinks that this is a good way of understanding what I'm doing and curbing my behavior.
So everyone in your life is kind of saying one thing, but you are kind of thinking a different thing?
Yeah, I mean, everyone is like, this is your second time with a DUI, time to turn your life around. But I have my life together. I don't need to turn my life around, and I'm just annoyed that I have to be here. I made a mistake, just like everybody. I made a mistake.
It sounds like you are frustrated with some of those individuals in your life.
Yeah, I mean, I'm frustrated with everybody. Everyone just needs to leave me alone, police included. I just went out. I want to have a good time, and I can't because I always get caught, and I'm not trying to do anything on purpose. So I haven't hurt anyone, so I don't really know why I have to be here.
Okay, so you think that your drinking and driving isn't a problem because you haven't hurt anyone yet?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I got a little drunk. I probably had a drink or two more than I should have, and I chose to drive home. I get it, but I didn't hurt anyone.
So what are you hoping to get out of this, since everybody else in your life is talking about how you should change your behavior? Your lawyer hopes that you start to make changes before your trial or court date, but I haven't heard anything about what you hope to get out of this, since you're here. So it shows that you at least follow the advice of your lawyer, but then what do you hope to get out of these next couple of sessions?
I mean, I'm 22 years old. I made a mistake. I'm graduating soon. I don't want to go to jail. I want to be able to start my life and get a job. So I just want to be able to continue my life. But I don't want to be forced to change while I'm here. That's what I know. I mean, I can compromise. Maybe I can work on some stuff. I have to be here anyway. But I just want to have a normal life.
What does that mean for you, a normal life?
It just means that I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to lose my license. I don't want to keep making these mistakes and keep having being arrested and to keep going through this process. It's stupid, and I know it's stupid. So I'd like to change that, maybe.
What do you think needs to? I mean, you called these last couple of arrests mistakes, so you know that at least you acknowledge and think that they shouldn't have happened. But what do you think may need to change, even though you want to have what you call a normal life? What do you think needs to change in order for these mistakes not to happen anymore? Or again?
I guess I need to not drive when I drink. It's as simple as that, right? Like, everyone drinks and drives. I just got caught. So I need to just not drive and continue to drink. I mean, everyone drinks. I'm 22. We're graduating. It's fun, and we go out and we party. I guess I could just stop getting in the car.
So you think everybody is making these what you call mistakes? You're just the one that the police seem to be catching.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, my friends, a lot of the time they'll sleep over at each other's houses, but I just want to go home at the end of the night. But I guess sometimes I could just be more like them and stay at a safe place or take public transportation home.
What do you think about that? Because you've clearly thought about it as an option. maybe on those nights that you did end up getting arrested, but what keeps you from not staying at a safe place or not taking public transportation?
I want to be in my own bed at the end of the night, and I don't want to pay a lot of money. I mean, we already go out and spend $40, $50 at the bar, so do I want to pay $30 to get home in a cab? No, I just want to go home. I mean, I'm capable of driving. I drive myself every day, so I don't think it's that difficult to drive home. Clearly, I just go over the alcohol limit, even though I don't consider myself drunk, but I guess I am.
So you don't consider yourself impaired when you get behind the wheel, but obviously there's a legal limit, and you seem to be over that?
I think sometimes I don't remember. Like, I just get in the car and I do it. Like, I don't even know how much I've had or what I'm doing. All I know is I just want to go home, and I don't know what the limit is or how much I'm drinking. I just want to go home.
Okay, so what would be some of the advantages to changing or to avoiding these mistakes?
Well, I wouldn't go to jail or be in this situation where I may have to go to jail. And safety, you know, like, I've always felt safe and I've never hurt anyone else, but I don't know if I could forgive myself if I did hurt anyone driving or hurt myself driving. I don't really want to do that, but maybe I could just get out of this court system and just live my life.
What would be some of the disadvantages?
Well, I don't want to quit drinking. I'm not going to quit drinking. Everyone drinks. So having to quit drinking would be a disadvantage. It'd be dumb. I would lose my social life. I'd lose my friends. I don't know what I'd do with myself.
So it sounds like quitting drinking is not an option for you.
No. Not right now, anyway.
Why do you say not now?
I mean, it's May. I'm going to go out. You know, I have graduation parties. I have parties this summer. And my friends are going to drink, and I'm going to drink, and we're going to celebrate and have a good time. And, you know, if I have to quit in the future, then I guess I have to quit in the future. But right now, it's not an option for me.
So not drinking is not something that you're even considering at this point?
No, not at this point. Maybe after the summer, you know, like September. What do I need to drink for? You know, my birthday's in the summertime, graduation, summer parties, go to the beach and have a couple beers. But right now, I'm not gonna quit. After that, maybe.
So drinking is a part of life. It's a part of your life. It's a part of who you are. It sounds like.
Yeah, it's a part of culture and it's a part of celebration, and everyone drinks. I mean, my family drinks. They've always drank. So I've always been around it, and you know, no one ever has a problem.
How has the time since you've been arrested been?
It's been tough. I mean, I've been really stressed, kind of depressed, I think, worried about what's going to happen next, and I go back and forth. Why did I decide to get in the car? Why did I drink so much that I don't even remember making that decision to get in the car? Why do I keep doing this to myself? Those are some of the questions that just keep happening, and I feel scared and sad, but I also feel angry that I just don't want to be here in my life, and I don't want to deal with any of this, and I'm nervous about court, and it's my second offense, and what's going to happen.
Sounds like there's a lot of emotions that are going on and associated with these incidents in your life. Talk to me more about a compromise. You talked before, you spoke in the beginning when we first met about you'd be willing to make a compromise. What would that look like for you?
I mean, I'd be willing to work on being safer and not making these mistakes. I mean, clearly, I keep repeating the same behavior, so something needs to change so I don't keep getting caught in this situation. But Does that mean I want to quit drinking? No. Does it mean I want to lose my friends? No. But am I willing to work on myself a little bit? I guess so. I have to be here anyway, so why not?
You do.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to.
Yeah.
You know, you weren't mandated by anybody. It was a suggestion a lawyer made, and so I applaud the fact that you followed through on that suggestion and made this appointment with me today. It shows you're willing to at least take some steps, and that's great. That's the first, first little jump off. So what would, you talk about working on yourself and things like that, but you're not, don't think that you have a problem drinking and things like that, and so what would the change or the compromise that you're talking about, what are we looking at? Are we looking at, what you said you're willing to be more safe? What does that mean to you? Does that mean drinking less? Does that mean not getting in the car? Like you said, both those things. So what were you thinking?
I think drinking less if I can at this point. Not getting in the car, maybe leaving the keys at home or with a friend, or making sure that someone's going to pick me up, or even saving some money for a cab, I guess, if that's what it takes. Right now, I'm just focused on not doing this again. So.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you could care less about our interactions, about this happening again, or about any of this, and then a 10 being that this is really important to you and that you're willing to make these changes immediately and implement them, where do you think you fall on that scale?
I'd say I'm like a 6 or a 7. Probably a 7 because I don't want to go to jail.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's great. That's higher than the middle. That sounds like this is really important to you at this point in your life. What do you think in the next 7 days until we meet again that we can do, or you can think about, or you can work on that maybe might get you to an 8 next time we meet?
I guess I think I'm gonna maybe try to not drink for a day or two over the weekend and see how I feel at a party or things like that.
Okay.
And I don't know, my lawyer keeps talking about these AA meetings, and I've looked into the schedule. He says it'll also be good for court to show that I'm going to counseling and I'm going to these AA meetings. So there's a few. They're all over Buffalo, and there's one on Wednesday night before my class, like Wednesday afternoon before my Wednesday night class, and I was thinking maybe I'll check it out and see.
Is that something that you think might help?
I guess. I mean, I'm not an alcoholic, so I don't know if I'll identify with any of these people, but it'll help in court, and maybe I'll learn something from it. I don't know. I don't really know who's at those meetings, so I guess I just have to try it out and see.
You can't hurt.
Can't hurt.
And so putting yourself on a 7 on that scale also makes it sound like you're really confident that you could potentially change that. Am I correct in that? I don't want to assume that.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, look at it this way. I've gotten through undergrad and graduate school. I'm ready to graduate, and when I put my mind to something, I feel like I can do it, and my family's been supportive, so I think that gives me a little bit more confidence. And I don't want to keep worrying and stressing and feeling depressed and all this, so yeah, I feel like this might be a good step to take, and it's not forcing me to quit, so.
Well, I mean, I applaud that, like I said before, you came here, and that's great. You're not mandated, and I also like the fact that you looked at the AA schedule and seen where it fits into your schedule. The fact that you clearly had thought about that no drinking, that weekend before I asked what you might do for the week, shows that you're taking steps already, even though you may not realize it. It seems like you're under a lot of stress right now, especially with, you talk about graduation a lot, and then, these recent arrests. what has worked in the past for you in terms of like dealing and coping with stress? Because these AA meetings and these and not drinking this week may, be you may encounter more stressful feelings. So what has worked for you in the past?
I think that I can try and exercise. That's always helped. And maybe just making sure that I use my family as a support and my friends as a support and talk to people. And I guess I can continue to come here too. I think I'll just look forward to that.
Great.
Next week.
Great. All right. Well, then I look forward to seeing where we are on the scale next week.
All right.
Okay, great.
Thanks.
Yeah.